Week 1, what a crazy week. Week 2, we're going to be going over top waiver wire pickups.
And also the streamers. You streaming QBs, you streaming defenses, well, good on you. You made the correct fantasy decision.
You don't want to miss this episode. It's going to help you win your leagues.
Let's get into the show.
Welcome to the Fantasy Football Brothers. Let's meet your host. From the cold and harsh distant land of Mother Russia, lover of romantic walks from his bed to his couch, Boris Wagner. From the sunshine state of California, lover of barbershops and sleeping in, Richard Wagner. Thank you for joining the Fantasy Football Brothers for another episode.
Welcome in to another episode of the Fantasy Football Brothers. My name is Richard Wagner.
And I'm Boris Wagner.
And we are so excited to be with you guys today. We're trying out this new little thing by going live. Maybe answer some of your questions while we're doing this. But we're not going to lie. The main reason we're doing this is because it takes way too long to import,
And
then export,
right.
then import again to YouTube. We're thinking, we want to be fast to you guys. And we know we haven't been that fast to you guys because already.
Fast to you guys. I don't know if that's grammatically correct.
Listen, I'm not here to be grammatically correct.
You're here to win football games.
I'm here to win, for you to win your football league.
All right.
But, we regularly every single week on Monday, we are going to come out with an episode that's going to be talking about what happened and going over the Monday games. We missed that this week on Monday because we're just trying to figure this out. We were trying to figure how to go live work.
Thanks for being patient with us.
Yeah.
Man, we're just trying to figure out. It's our first year doing, videos and this podcast, but we're just so excited and we want it to be perfect. And the only way, anything's going to be perfect is trial and error, experiment. But there was actually football.
I know.
There was a whole week of football. I literally felt like I was getting IV. Like I was in the hospital, and there was just some what's it called? Some what do they give? What are some of the drugs they give?
They give you some anesthesia. They put you under.
I don't know. Like when you're really hurt and you're in the hospital and they just putting that on you, bro, and you can't stop smiling. Literally you can't stop smiling. So that's how we feel. I couldn't stop smiling. What?
No, I was just checking how we look and how we sound. We looking sexy.
Ooh,
Boris's forehead sexy. More than me.
My forehead's always looking on point.
But I cannot believe there were games this week as well, Boris. It is freaking insane that football is here. And what a week. A lot of big things for fantasy happened, man. We had some big injuries, sadly.
Saquon getting 15 carries for 6 yards. Steelers, bro. Let them. It should be about entertainment, okay? And the guy, you're not even letting him, move. Literally move, bro. That's my homie, Saquon. That's messed up.
Listen, I am mad. I said Christian McCaffrey number 1. I even said Zeke number 2. This is a great start.
Saquon,
But Saquon's still a beast. Listen, don't be panicking. If you're panicking, it's got to be your first year.
Sell him to me. I'll take him.
Yeah, just sell it if we're the ones approaching.
Right.
But we have an exciting episode planned for you guys. We are going to get into some news, and wow, there was some news. A lot of big stories happened after the first week. And then we're going to be going into the waiver wire pickups and the sleepers. Streamers who are also sleepers. No, but if you, took that quarterback at the end, let's say you took a Joe Burrow, and maybe you're feeling scared a little bit. Maybe, you took a defense
Chicago that people are so obsessed with.
Right, and you want to see who has the best matchup next week. We will be telling you guys.
And we're gonna give you, to me, one of the biggest strategies in the game. Watch out.
And really quick, my Denver Nuggets Game 7 with the freaking Clippers right now. If you see me glancing over a little bit, it's the fourth quarter right now.
Is it at the fourth already?
We're up by 8. We just got a rebound. There's 9 minutes left.
What? I feel like they would make history. They don't even need to win the final two.
It'd be such a Cinderella story.
Bro,
I was saying it. I said Denver going to win this year.
They were
down 3-1.
Down 3-1 in both series and win. When Barkley was like, dude, they're going to lose the series.
Oh my, and they just went up by, oh my God, MPJ and 1. They're about to be up by 11 with 9 minutes left.
Wow.
Okay, and I got money
Let's go
on
Denver.
it. Eugene, go owe me $10 if you're watching this. Eugene, thank you so much. But let's get on with the news.
News.
A lot of big stories happened. Allen Robinson just came out and said Chicago Bears, who practically removed all of their.
I think he finally realized.
Oh, I
what
just got a
team was
text
he-
from Eugene. Richard, what's your Venmo, lol?
Really? Oh my God! The guy Eugene, he's our homie from since I was like 3 years old.
Oh, they're about to go up 12. Okay.
Oh my
no
God!
more of that.
Yeah, we gotta. Yeah, he just texted us. Sorry that this is turning into some basketball, but this is a pretty historic game, and we live in Colorado. We live next to Denver, so it's wild. But yeah, man, Allen Robinson figured out what team he was on. What team he was on. He was on Chicago. What quarterback he had, Trubisky, and he was like, wait a minute.
Well,
Supposedly the general manager is one of the most trash general managers in the game too. So I
Right.
think all that together, he just figured out.
Well, he pretty much took out this morning. We got a notification. He pretty much took out all of Chicago related things from his Instagram page. Completely
Twitter,
took him
social
out.
media.
His bio and everything. And then later, in a couple hours, he pretty much said he wanted a trade.
And
Get
then his
out
agent
there.
was like, nah, he doesn't.
It's
But
looking
I'm
like
sure he
they made the
does.
wrong decision by not taking Nick Foles,
Right.
not playing him. Because Allen
Which I mean,
Robinson
they
is a beast.
won. They did this after actually a winning game.
Right. But in
know?
terms of fantasy, I think Allen Robinson's situation probably only gets better from here. Of course, unless if he goes to like Green Bay or Atlanta, where there's already a one. 90% of the chance he's going to go to a team where he's going to be the one.
Right.
And he's going to have a better quarterback.
So this guy sent me a trade, which is still on the table. He's gave me Allen Robinson, Cam Akers,
And DeAndre Swift.
This
is slam dunk.
for Sanders.
I would close my eyes and just
The problem is I just don't have any backup
he has
running
Ezekiel Elliott. His first running back is literally confirmed, good to go.
backs. Yeah, for
And
sure.
Miles Sanders himself isn't even good to go. Like, come on, this is a done deal. You're getting so many good pieces
but
to maneuver.
the problem also with that is that I have Marquise Brown off my bench. I have Shark on my flex. Like, it's so hard. Yes, Allen Robinson potentially is better than those guys for sure. But for him to be that much better and for me to give up my second running back is a little tricks.
Maybe. Whatever. But it's gonna be crazy exciting to see if he gets traded and where he goes. Le'Veon Bell on the IR, missing 3 games. I'm sorry, boys.
At this point, YOLO.
At this point, you kind of got lucky because you got out of our bet somehow, and
Right.
pretty much.
Yikes.
Yikes! If you have him, I'm
I
sorry.
would say we're gonna get into the waivers. There's some players potentially in a deep league you can pick up because of him, but I wouldn't be too happy having those players anyways. But we'll go into them later.
100%. Michael Thomas out. We just made a video.
The biggest news yet.
Out several weeks. We just made a video going over it if you want to
go
get
check
more
it
in
out
depth.
if you haven't.
But pretty much, to me, I'm trying to buy him if someone's giving him up easy, because I think once playoffs hit. But it is very concerning, high ankle sprain. We saw Saquon Barkley, we saw Alvin Kamara have it last year. It could be very concerning. Mohamed Sanu signs for the 49ers, who desperately need wide receiver help, because I've been talking about Trent Taylor for like the past month.
I don't even know who Trent Taylor is, bro.
That is very sad.
No, I mean I do, but I don't.
Right.
No, it's
I'm not picking.
yeah, and
Sanu.
Deebo Samuel at this point, very scary.
I'm
Very scary.
Yeah, but I'm not picking up Sanu.
Who?
M-
Oh yeah,
it's
I'm
Mom's
definitely not picking up
Yeah,
Sanu.
I'm just confirming.
No, definitely
Mims
not.
on IR. I if you had him before, I guess you could have made that dart throw. I mean, he was probably going to be
I
nothing
say
for you anyway.
No buenos.
Yeah, no buenos. If you had him on Dynasty, I still
Because
like
he's
his
already
outlook.
playing for the most trashiest organization. So
Coach. Connor hopes to play week 2 with ankle injury. That was the craziest game, man. It was kind of sad. Connor in his his
limited-
contract year.
Right, yeah.
They just kind of sat him. I mean, they said he had some problems. He was a little bit banged up,
he
ankle
looked
injury.
really bad.
He
Some
was looking
nerves,
bad.
Some nerves.
And
or
Benny
something.
Snell came in and freaking beasted.
Balled, bro.
So we're gonna talk about Benny Snell a little bit more later, but I feel bad for
Beast
James.
mode.
Beast mode, yes. I feel
Yeah,
bad for
sir.
James Conner. They literally said
He's the guy.
He's the guy. We got a sleeper notification the day of saying Mike Tomlin says he is our workhorse bell. No pun intended. Workhorse cow, and that's just completely
Workhorse cowbell.
cowbell.
I used to do cowbell.
I wish we had a cowbell drop.
Well,
right
you
now.
guys, I used to have a band. Okay, and I played the cowbell.
Le'Veon Bell's drop should be just a cowbell hitting someone with
Ooh, yeah, we should do that.
We should do that. Okay. Well, we usually have a drop for the waiver wire segment, but I forgot to put it in.
A what?
A drop, like a
waiver
wire.
wire. Here, we can do it for him.
Go for it. Go for it.
Waiver wire.
You know, if you got Michael Thomas, if you got what's it called? Chris Thompson, maybe you played him. If you got Leonard Fournette, and you're realizing you're kind of screwed at that running back position, we got some good running backs you could be picking up.
Yeah.
At the top of this list, probably the number one priority pickup is Nyheim Hines. Marlon Mack went down. That was actually the biggest news. I'm realizing we haven't talked about it.
Right.
Marlon Mack injured, out for the season. Jonathan Taylor, number one, 100% goes insane. Whoever has him, I was literally saying right before the season started, Jesus Christ, I'm scared.
Did you get Marlon Mack injured?
But
because he was like he literally got injured doing on his own, no one hit him. Did you throw a dart?
I would never. That's
you,
very rude.
Come on, bro.
I would never. That's
Jesus.
very rude and that's mean to say. But Jonathan Taylor is not in your. Yeah, don't make fun of that. That was just by accident. Jonathan Taylor is not on your waiver wire, but Nyheim Hines might be. And I would definitely be.
Definitely. I think they're going to be splitting. Definitely.
I don't think splitting.
No. I'm saying splitting at least the receptions, which is beautiful.
Yeah,
to
which Phillip Rivers receptions is really.
Oh man,
really
we all
amazing.
know how much he likes to target. You saw Eckler. Eckler had some games where it was 19 targets, man. So I think he uses the backfield more than anyone. Look at this kid on the game.
This is game 7, baby.
No, I hear you. Yeah, I say must pick up in that system, in that squad with Phillip Rivers. Yeah, I think he's going to be utilized enough. He's going to get a little bit of the touches, and he's going to get a lot of the targets, especially in PPR.
Right. In PPR must. I think he's going to be just a safe floor type of guy for
safe
you.
floor. A good flex.
A good flex, 100%.
For sure.
Malcolm Brown is the next guy. I am probably opposed to picking him up. I think he's a stash. Still for me. I think that the season progresses, he's not going to be able to help you out. I need to see him do it for a couple more games for me to officially say. And that's not because I'm biased and I like Cam Akers. And I just saw how they were splitting the touches. I don't think Malcolm Brown,
the thing is he's getting the goal line. So
I agree.
Huge.
I agree. Two things. One, I don't think Malcolm Brown does that well with the amount of touches he got, right? He had an amazing game. Props to him, right? I don't think Cam Akers does that bad with the amount of touches. And I don't think that's... If Cam Akers is doing that bad and Malcolm Brown is doing better and Malcolm Brown is doing worse, I don't know if those splits remain the same. And although he did get the goal line touches, I don't know. I don't believe in the Rams offense that much. I don't know how many goal line touches they're going to get.
I don't know, man.
You're telling me that Goff had 0 touchdowns? He's going to come away with 0 touchdowns every game?
They didn't need to score that many points against Dallas. Dallas, their defense was on lock against
what happened
Dallas.
was the Rams were bringing the clock down. They were wasting so much time.
But yes, they were wasting the clock because they could. Because Dallas wasn't just scoring in those possessions. If Dallas scored on 1 or 2 of those possessions, they wouldn't be able to do that. I think in a good amount of games, it's not going to be that close. It's not going to be Rams just being yeah, dude, I'm not going to do nothing, and I'm going to make this game really boring.
Right.
Yeah, I just think, this is the thing. Most likely, it's going to be a split carry for a while, and there's some slight chance that either one of them, yes, becomes the back. But the thing is that there is still a chance that Akers, as a rookie with COVID and all the situation, that he just... It takes him more than a year.
I agree with you.
It just
100%.
takes him more than a year, and that's not that crazy.
No, there is a chance that Malcolm Brown becomes the one.
I say
what I'm saying is most likely he won't be able to down the stretch help you out for a couple weeks. Yeah, 100%.
If you need if you need a running back now, I think it's good.
For week 2, yeah.
Right, and I think the number 2 guy I even like more than him is Snell.
Way more.
Right. So
but both of those guys to me are stashes because what the higher percentage of what's going to happen is Connor comes back and he's the workhorse. Cam Akers develops into their number 1 running back.
Right, but the thing is why I like the Snell situation even more is because number 1 he proved when he was on the court he was better than Connor.
Malcolm Brown did the same thing.
Right. But the other thing is Connor, bro, he got basically injured again. I think the chances of him being injured and not playing most of the game because of injury is so high that I am going to take that bet
100%
on Snell, and I think he's a great potential plug-in for 1 week at least, and then he could have a thing where maybe down the line he's your guy.
Listen, and these guys, no, like at the end of the day, even if you have a running back's position figured out, these guys are 100% stashes. I'd be picking them all up and just throwing them on
maybe
my
you're
bench.
not playing them the first week, but they're great stashes. That's
Because-
why you have your bench.
Because at the end of the day, they're a gamble, and if those gambles pay off, if Cam Akers gets injured,
Right.
if Cam Akers does suck, if James Conner gets injured, if he sucks, and they are the running back in there,
Good upside.
you're
Just
killing
amazing
it.
upside.
right? I just don't like them if they're splitting work, but like,
Of course.
right.
And
Then we-
another guy that is really awesome is Robinson. Robinson, he was the only, we talked about, he was the only back that had every single touch.
100% of the
the back-
carries of
right.
their team in week 1.
So I'm excited, man. Clearly, they like this guy. They use him in every single down. And, I'm excited for him, too. I actually got him in a league. And, you see, you talking about the long run, getting it for not just the short term, but the long run. He's the guy. So if you're pivoting to that, he might not do as good or has the same crazy upside because of that O-line, because of what Jaguars are. But if you like Jaguars, if you're into Minshew, then even better. Then I just think he's a must get.
Well, to me, he's the number one guy, but I just don't think he's on your waiver wire. That's my only concern.
Right.
Because I think people were stashing him. I think he's the number one guy because he is the guy who's already there. He is the only running back there.
I think he might be the second guy still for me, just because of that O-line, just because of that system. I get it, but him and Hines
in
are
terms
just
of
close.
upside,
I think
nowhere near
I think
those.
it's in PPR. If
Right.
it's PPR, I just think, Hines got 20
Right.
points.
In PPR, maybe.
PPR.
But in standard, Robinson,
no,
yeah.
100%.
Then we got, if you're in a deeper league, maybe you're in a league that has a 3 wide receivers or 2-3 flexes and
Or you're just like
14-team
completely
league.
done in running backs.
Right.
Like, there's
And
nothing out
none
there.
of these guys are on your waiver wire. You can pick up a guy like Frank Gore, a guy like Adrian Peterson, a guy like Perrine. These guys are gonna get
or
work.
Barber, just to try it out. And this is the thing, honestly, that I'm up front, which I'm actually kind of excited. Chris Thompson, right? He's probably he's like dropped in every league because
Right.
people are like, bro, he barely got anything. But the reason why I think that happened, and I do believe in some, Mike said that on Fantasy Football. He said that the reason why that might have happened is because the script, right? They were in the game the whole time. Do we believe that Jaguars are going to be in games every single week? I don't. So if you don't believe in that, just based on their defense, if you don't believe in that, then I do believe Chris Thompson is going to, come back in the fold just as easy as next week. So I'm okay to stash Chris Thompson. I just do like him for that upside in
and
PPR.
I agree. And then we have Kelly, the guy who I'm so sorry, Boris, has kind of overtaken Austin Eckler's role a little bit.
Boo.
He was looking darn good. He was looking like Austin Eckler.
How are you gonna
out
give
there.
a rookie like that the goal line, bro? Yikes.
Well, when he's looking better than Austin Eckler, you just go and do it.
Ain't nobody looking like. Did you see a 6-pack on Hard Knocks?
I
Man,
would,
he's a hot body.
I would definitely stash him though. But those are our running back waiver wire pickups for week 2. And we also got some wide receiver ones for you. We got Paris Campbell on the Indianapolis Colts. I'm a little off of getting him, Boris. I know you probably think so.
I think he's my favorite.
In a
one
deeper
of my
league,
favorite.
sure, yeah.
I don't know. I think he's one of my favorite guys. I think it's like, who can you foresee being the guy for him? And I think it's understandable that it doesn't need to be just one guy. Like maybe Hilton is the guy, but even the second guy, bro. Like as your flex, let's say even just as your flex in a PPR where Paris Campbell just got 9 targets. Let's say he gets 6 to 7 targets every game. I think that's a great
I like
flex.
him. I like him, right? And
He's playing in the slot.
If
and
you're
he
in a
played lot
deeper
of
league,
snaps.
if you're in a deeper league, 100%. My thing is like I would take Bryan Edwards over him. I would rather see how Bryan Edwards develops
I
over
wouldn't.
Paris Campbell.
No,
I mean,
because I like Philip. As much as we disgrace Philip Rivers all the time, he's a good quarterback. He's gonna get you the ball, as opposed to Carr. I mean, I just have less faith in him.
yeah, less faith in him. But Bryan Edwards was the number 1 wide receiver with the most snaps on their offense. I mean, he clearly can be their number 1 guy. Paris Campbell will never overtake T.Y. Hilton, and he's still gonna have to
And
compete with the rookie, with Michael Pittman. He's
Pittman. I'm saying based on week 1,
Right.
and I'm gonna base it on that.
right.
Michael Pittman got
Uh-huh.
2 targets
Uh-huh.
as opposed to 9. From
He's
Paris
a
Campbell.
rookie. It was his first game, as opposed to Bryan Edwards.
Okay.
His first game was there. What,
Okay,
90%?
so how about
Yeah.
Paris Campbell?
Yeah.
This was basically his rookie year.
It was his second year.
No, rookie year. Because last year he was injured the whole year.
I think it actually might be his 3rd year.
No.
Pretty much, I'm
don't
not
think
high
so.
on him. If you want to take Boris's advice, go for it.
Whatever. You know what
Corey
I'm saying?
Davis, another guy. I would not be picking this guy
I
up.
wouldn't either. I'm gonna say if a lot of these wide receivers that we say running backs aren't there,
Right.
it's okay to just stash to see if he does this for 3 to 4
Yeah, I mean,
weeks.
Watkins to me also is a stash. He did this literally week 1 last
Right.
year.
Just stash.
Stash.
See what happens.
Then you got you got Lazard and Scantling. You have those Green Bay wide receivers. I need to see Aaron Rodgers do it for more than 1 week for me to believe that offense.
I like
is-
Lazard. Lazard played in 80-something percent of the snaps as opposed to Scantling, who got I think like
Got less.
50%.
Yeah,
So I would pivot on Lazard.
yeah. If both of them are there,
But if
Lazard,
both of
100%.
but if Lazard isn't there, you want to pivot. If there's no one else again, and you want to get both of them just to see, totally okay with that as well. I also like Robbie Anderson. He did have that 75-yarder. He's probably not gonna get that a lot, but Bridgewater had the most deep passes in the league, which is crazy and surprising. And
he was definitely taking more deep shots than we thought he was going to take,
Right.
which is beautiful to see. We were kind of hoping Bridgewater would be good. But
I think he's a
I
good
don't-
stash.
he's a good stash. Like Moore did horrible that game. I think that kind of changes a little bit as the season goes on.
Right.
There's also Russell Gage. I'm very interested to see what happens with that, but I just don't think that Matt Ryan's going to be able to sustain 3 wide receivers getting 12 targets and 9 receptions.
I
each.
do I would pick him up. I just to see
Yeah.
if he could get, but if he gets 6 to 7, like we talked about Paris Campbell, like that's a good flex option. He's better than a lot of other options.
100%. Then we have LaVisca. Everyone just swooped on LaVisca before the game, which is insane.
Yeah,
But he definitely
not crazy excited, honestly.
just because that offense. But he definitely is probably going to be the number 2 guy, I would say,
Right.
over DD and
Right.
Chris.
He didn't even play.
Yeah, so I think he will probably be the number 2 guy, which is, if I mean, he went 19 for 20. So
He
if
didn't
he's
have to
doing
throw,
that,
but he didn't have to even throw it that much. That's
right?
why.
If he's throwing more, I know 20 attempts is nothing. If he's throwing more attempts, completing them, yeah.
Right. I like Preston Williams. I did just give him up very stupidly, but Preston Williams, if Parker isn't there, he's gonna get a lot of targets, and he's probably in a good amount of waivers. There's also Rager, who did pretty decent in his first game as a rookie. I mean, there could be a lot worse players. And there's Brandon Ayuke. I mean, if he comes back, there's Debo Samuel isn't there. He could be the one guy. He's in a lot of leagues for me, for example. He was on the waivers because he wasn't an IR and he wasn't playing, so a lot of people dropped him. So he could potentially become the next Debo.
And to me, I know he doesn't like them, but I would 100% if Henry Ruggs is on your waiver wire 1 billion%.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
And to me, also, if Bryan Edwards, if people are going to be dropping him week 1, I'm swooping in. Bryan Edwards played the most percentage of snaps on that offense. Bryan Edwards was a monster in college. I think week 1 as a rookie isn't that telling. He can actually develop into
For
something.
sure.
And then we got tight ends. If Fant is on your waiver wire, Jesus Christ, run to grab him. There's not really much to say on that. Like, if he's there, you're picking him
He
up.
had a really good game.
Yeah, I'm probably picking up Fant over every single one of who we just talked about. Then Goddard, this is the really interesting one, man. Like, I have Goddard and Cook, and I'm not starting Goddard over Cook. Like, I wouldn't start Goddard over Fant either. Like, as much as I like him, it's so tricky. He played more snaps than Ertz, right? I think he played like 89% to Ertz's like 60.
No, I think it was 70-something.
It was
But it
definitely
was a
more.
lot. It was like 76, but it was a lot.
It was more, and it's freaking scary because we have Zach Ertz, and like Zach Ertz just got into a fight with the general manager right before the game. What the hell was that all about? It can go both ways. Like, realistically, Zach Ertz is the dude. Dallas Goedert's gonna get you 8 to 10 points a game, and you'll be happy with that. But if he's doing this, holy Jesus Christ. Like, I could see that team, like the coach and the general manager literally being like, listen, bro, Zach Ertz ain't going to be a future. You got to start giving the ball to Dallas Goedert. And then it's just like, wow.
And wow to my fantasy, too.
Uh,
That's why I'm definitely okay to pick up Goddard. Because if he potentially does this week to week, then he's an amazing flex. Not even a T. What, Denver? How's Denver doing?
We won.
You guys won?
We're up by 15 points with 2 minutes to go. We did it!
Oh my
Bro,
God, bro.
this is
You should
insane.
tweet it.
Insane. No, the people are more important.
Holy moly.
We did it, bro. We came back up by
Wow.
18. We just made it 3. Logan Thomas Logan Thomas. Wait, can we get
Holy
through this so I could celebrate? Maybe get a little drinky drink. Maybe I don't know. We have no alcohol. Whatever.
Jesus.
Logan Thomas
Congratulations.
is sneaky. I would say definitely a sneaky pickup.
Definitely the second guy after McLaurin. He had 8 targets there. That team is far from sexy. Far from sexy. Up by 20. Far from sexy, but I can't believe you guys are coming. We're playing the Lakers, but okay. He's far from sexy. Logan Thomas is far from, but I think as the second option, even maybe sometimes the first option, when McLaren is like being quadruple teamed, Terry's been quadruple teamed. I think he's a decent
guy,
play, man.
But I'd see more before I made any harsh decisions. But I definitely stash him if it's a deeper league. Hawkinson had some good plays, but not really good at all. Jonas Smith and Herndon, I would say both of them are keeps. If you drafted them, I'd pick them up. But probably you'd probably need running back or wide receiver help more. Then we got our streamers, our quarterback streamers. We got Goff versus Philly, which should be a great matchup. Hopefully Goff is better than he was this week for you. Carolina versus New Orleans. We got my boy Teddy Bridgewater. Should be a high-scoring game. Tannehill versus the Jags.
No, I got Carr versus.
Oh, Carr versus New Orleans. Sorry.
You thought Carolina.
Carolina. Carr versus New Orleans. Should be a high-scoring game. But I wouldn't probably. I would stream him last.
Who?
Carr. Before I trusted him.
Right.
Like,
I'm just saying he's gonna have to score a lot of points
Right.
versus New Orleans. So.
Tannehill versus the Jags, good option. Rivers versus Minnesota. And Bridgewater
Because you
versus
saw what
Tampa
Rodgers
Bay.
did against Minnesota, so.
Right. And then
is
Bridgewater
secondary.
versus Tampa Bay, which is a little scary because Tampa Bay was playing pretty good, I would say. Yes, New Orleans scored a lot of points, but
They just might have to just score a lot again.
100%.
And Jimmy G versus the Jets. As much as I hate Jimmy G, he's playing the Jets.
And also, if you are doing good and you don't need to pick up any of these players, or maybe they're all picked up, and Minshew's on your waiver wire, you might want to stash him this week because after this week, he's going to have a pretty good schedule to be streaming him.
Right. And also Daniel Jones, man. He amazed me versus Steelers, who are that aggressive, that good. I think they're the best defensive team this year after even game 1. After these next 2 games, he's going to have a pretty nice, sexy schedule. So don't sleep on him, honestly.
And then defenses, we got Arizona versus Washington, Chicago, if they're dropped, versus the Giants, Rams versus the Philly, Cleveland.
Rams are going to get a lot of sacks against that O-line. So.
Yeah, that O-line is definitely weak. Cleveland, if you want to keep them for next week. Tennessee versus the Jags, which I love that one. And Cleveland versus the Bengals, which I love that one. Be on the lookout for Washington. They got 17 points versus Philly. They're playing Arizona this week, then Cleveland, though.
Right. So Washington, it's the same thing as like Steelers. Like I feel like if they're a good defensive team, it doesn't really matter who they're playing, because they're gonna get their sacks, they're gonna get their interceptions, they're gonna do what they have to do. So Washington is a team that I am definitely on the lookout for.
100%.
Week to week, just to see. The biggest strategy that I have, that we have.
Because I'm the one.
No, I used
it
to
was
do
a
it
mutual, but I'm the one who
do it
dropped.
every year. But you remind me.
You didn't do the kickers. We would pick up players, but you want to do that with your kicker and defense.
Okay, for sure. So you want to explain? You want to go? You want to explain?
Yeah, this is. If you want to win your leagues, you got to start implementing this. We probably should be you guys should be giving us big money. I'm just kidding. We're happy. Win your leagues. This is insane. So pretty much what you want to do, right? This is a freaking cheat code. Maybe your team caught on to this and they don't let you do this. What you want to do is don't grab a kicker in a defense, right? Look who's playing on Monday. If it's an all-right defense, all-right kicker. Kicker doesn't even matter. Just get the Monday kicker.
Bro.
You
literally have no idea what's going to happen.
Yeah. Do not pick up, unless the defenses playing on Monday are who? Washington and not even Washington and, I don't know, 2 really bad defenses.
Clearly, I just said Washington is good, so come on.
Sorry. You know what I mean, though. Do not pick up a defense and kicker. Pick up more skilled position players to start the week. You can drop players off of your bench to pick up a kicker and defense on Monday and start them. So take the chance, pick up more skilled position.
Or even Sunday night. Even the
game.
Middle of Sunday.
Yeah, literally. And if you freaking hit, you hit. And then if the players do bad, you drop them. But there's no point to get locked into a kicker
unless you have the best kickers or the best. If you have Steelers, don't do it. If you have one of the top defenses, the top kickers, don't do it. But I'm saying every week is so different week to week. It 1 week can be 5 points, 1 week 10 points. I rather have players with crazy upside, like a wide receiver, or running back, or even a tight end, that I potentially want to stash. And then if they do good, then you just drop one of your players that don't do good, and then you just, you build from there.
And also, even with that, it doesn't have to be kickers or defenses. You could be doing that with actual skilled position players.
Absolutely.
If your players did bad on Sunday morning or Sunday evening, and let's
drop
say
them and pick someone else
drop
up.
them and pick up the players playing on Monday, even if it's Corey Davis. I mean, I literally was like, nah, I'm not going to do it. It's Corey Davis. What is he going to do? Corey Davis blows up.
Right.
So even if you don't think, if your player's bad, do it. If your player's good, if it's a Henry Ruggs and you like him, don't just drop him because he did 9 points. Wait for it a little bit. But if it's like a guy like like Chris Thompson, and you're like, I'm gonna drop him anyway, do it. Pick up Corey Davis.
Right.
But that's been the show for today.
Yeah. If you guys have any comments, any questions about who to start, who to get off the waivers, and we didn't mention them, or you want to go into details or whatever, let us know. Comment. Check us out on social media at the Fantasy Football Brothers. Let us know what's up, man.
And let's go Denver, baby.
Yeah,
guys.
Congrats to Denver, man. I can't believe it.
If you guys, freaking like Denver, hit the subscribe button.
Right.
But thank you guys so much. We appreciate you guys. We'll see you next show. Thank you. Peace.
Thank you for joining the Fantasy Football Brothers for another episode. Visit our website at thefantasyfootballbrothers.com. Check us out on social media at the Fantasy Football Brothers. See you next time.